Teen mom Amber Portwood goes on hysterical meltdown. In the ever-dramatic world of reality television, few names have remained as consistently volatile and emotionally charged as Amber Portwood. Best known for her role on MTV's and its sequel series, Portwood has long been a figure of fascination, equal parts relatable and unpredictable. Over the years, she's navigated teen pregnancy, tumultuous relationships, legal troubles, and a stint in prison. But in one particularly explosive moment that went viral across social media platforms, Amber found herself at the center of yet another storm, this time due to what many are calling a full-blown hysterical meltdown. The incident unfolded during what was supposed to be a routine appearance, or interview. Details surrounding the exact setting remain murky, but reports suggest it occurred either during a live-streamed Q&A with fans or while filming content for her personal YouTube channel or podcast. What began as a relatively normal conversation quickly spiraled into chaos when Amber became visibly agitated, emotional, and eventually combative. The video, which spread rapidly online, showed Portwood shouting, crying, and lashing out in a manner that left viewers stunned and concerned. While Amber has always been open about her struggles with mental health, addiction, and emotional instability, this particular breakdown seemed to be triggered by a specific question or comment, reportedly something related to her past behavior, her parenting choices, or perhaps even her relationship with ex-partner Gary Shirley, father of her daughter Leah. Whatever the catalyst, it clearly struck a nerve. Within seconds, Amber's demeanor shifted from composed to completely unhinged. She began yelling at whoever was behind the camera, accusing them of betrayal, manipulation, and trying to trap her. Her voice cracked under the weight of emotion as she slammed objects, paced erratically, and at one point appeared to throw something off camera. Fans watching the stream, or later viewing the leaked footage, were left speechless. What made the situation even more alarming was the presence of her daughter, Leah, who was nearby during the outburst. Although not directly involved or harmed, the fact that the child witnessed such an intense display added another layer of concern for viewers, many of whom took to social media to express their worry over Amber's current state of mind. As expected, the video didn't stay contained for long. Within hours, clips were circulating on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, with users dissecting every second of the meltdown. Some viewers expressed sympathy, noting that Amber has been through immense trauma and public scrutiny. Others weren't so kind, mocking her emotional volatility and questioning her ability to parent effectively. Celebrities and influencers in the reality TV space also chimed in. Some offered support, acknowledging the toll constant public judgment can take on someone's psyche. Others used the opportunity to criticize her actions, suggesting she needed professional help or should step away from the spotlight altogether. Meanwhile, Amber's representatives remained silent for several days following the incident, fueling speculation about whether she would address the event publicly. When she finally did speak out via a tearful Instagram live session, she admitted to feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and back in a dark place. She apologized for the outburst, explaining that she had been dealing with a recent relapse, mounting pressures from work obligations, and ongoing custody issues involving Leah. "I just snapped," she confessed, wiping tears from her face. "I'm human. I make mistakes. And right now, I'm really struggling." Her honesty resonated with some followers, who praised her for being vulnerable. Others, however, questioned the timing and sincerity of her apology, suggesting it was merely damage control after a PR nightmare. Amber Portwood's story is not just one of fame and infamy, it's also a case study in how mental health intersects with celebrity culture. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder and having openly discussed her battles with depression, anxiety, and substance abuse, Amber has long walked a tightrope between authenticity and entertainment value. Reality TV thrives on drama, conflict, and raw emotion, all things that come naturally to someone like Amber, whose life has been anything but ordinary. Yet, there's a fine line between showcasing real-life struggles and exploiting them for views and sponsorships. Critics argue that networks like MTV and companies profiting from Amber's content have contributed to her instability by keeping her in the spotlight despite clear signs of distress. This latest episode raises serious questions about the ethical responsibilities of producers, managers, and platforms that host such content. Should someone in a fragile mental state be encouraged to film, stream, or engage with fans? Or does the pursuit of ratings override concerns for well-being? Another aspect that cannot be ignored is the impact of Amber's public meltdowns on her daughter, Leah. Now a teenager, Leah has grown up in front of cameras, often caught in the crossfire of her mother's romantic entanglements, legal woes, and emotional outbursts. While Amber has fought hard to maintain custody and provide a stable home, moments like these undoubtedly complicate that effort. Child welfare advocates and psychologists warn that repeated exposure to parental instability can leave lasting psychological effects on children. Whether or not Leah is currently receiving therapy or additional support remains unknown, but many believe it would be beneficial given the high-pressure environment she's been raised in. Amber, for her part, insists that Leah is her top priority and that she's working with professionals to manage her mental health and ensure her daughter doesn't suffer the consequences of her own struggles. Still, the incident reignited debates about whether public figures in crisis should continue to be filmed and monetized while in such states. Beyond the emotional and psychological fallout, Amber also faced potential legal ramifications. Reports indicated that law enforcement was contacted following the incident, though no formal charges were filed. If Leah was indeed present during the outburst, authorities may have launched a welfare check or initiated a review of her living conditions standard protocol in cases involving minors and domestic disturbances. Professionally, Amber's brand suffered immediate damage. Several sponsors paused or pulled advertising deals, citing concerns over associating with someone displaying erratic behavior. Social media engagement dipped temporarily, and some fans called for her to take a hiatus from public life. However, history shows that Amber is nothing if not resilient. She has bounced back from far worse scandals, including felony convictions and prison time, and continues to maintain a loyal fan base that sees her as a flawed but relatable figure. In fact, shortly after her apology, she announced plans to start a new vlog series focusing on mental health awareness and recovery. Amber Portwood's hysterical meltdown serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of living a life under constant surveillance. Reality stars are expected to perform authenticity, yet when they do so too honestly, especially in moments of weakness, the public turns on them. It's a cruel paradox that leaves many performers trapped between their need for income and their need for privacy and healing. For viewers, the incident should prompt deeper reflection on how we consume and respond to content featuring individuals in crisis. Do we contribute to the problem by watching, commenting, and sharing without considering the human cost? Or can we hold both accountability and compassion in our hands when witnessing someone unravel before our eyes? Ultimately, Amber's breakdown was not just a spectacle, it was a cry for help. Whether society chooses to listen or simply scroll on will determine whether stories like hers end in redemption or ruin. Macy Bookhout and Caitlin Lowell support Leah Shirley as she explains reasons for estrangement from mom Amber Portwood. In the ever-evolving world of reality television, few stories have captured public attention quite like those surrounding the show, which began as a platform to highlight the challenges faced by young mothers, has since evolved into a long-running saga filled with personal growth, heartbreak, legal troubles, and complicated family dynamics. Among the most talked-about figures in recent seasons is Leah Marie Shirley, daughter of alum Amber Portwood. Leah's decision to publicly distance herself from her mother has sparked intense discussions among fans, media outlets, and fellow former teen moms Macy Bookhout and Caitlin Lowell. Both Macy and Caitlin have come forward to express their support for Leah, acknowledging the courage it takes to step away from a toxic relationship, especially when that relationship involves a parent. Leah Shirley, now 19 years old, recently took to social media to explain her reasons for cutting ties with her mother, Amber Portwood. In a heartfelt post, she detailed years of emotional trauma, manipulation, and neglect that ultimately led to her decision to estrange herself from Amber. Her words resonated deeply with many who have experienced similar struggles within their own families. "I've been through so much," Leah wrote. "I've had to grow up way faster than I should have. I love my mom, but love isn't always enough. Sometimes you have to put yourself first. Leah went on to describe how her childhood was marked by instability, often due to Amber's ongoing legal issues, substance abuse, and volatile behavior. Although Amber has gone through periods of rehabilitation and sobriety, Leah said the damage had already been done. The constant cycle of hope followed by disappointment left her emotionally exhausted. Macy Bookhout, best known for being the star of, responded to Leah's post with a message of solidarity. Known for her honesty and resilience throughout her time on the show, Macy empathized with Leah's journey and praised her strength. Sometimes people forget that even though we're on TV, we're real people going through real pain, Macy shared on Instagram. Leah is brave beyond her years. It takes guts to say enough when the person hurting you is supposed to be your safe place. Macy, who has navigated her own complex relationship with her mother over the years, understands firsthand the emotional toll of trying to maintain a connection with a parent who is unable or unwilling to provide consistent support. I know what it's like to feel like you have to justify your feelings, Macy continued. But at some point, you realize that your peace is more important than someone else's opinion of you. Leah deserves all the happiness in the world, and if that means stepping back, then good for her. Caitlin Lowell, another original cast member, also voiced her support for Leah. Having gone through her own share of emotional trials, including navigating an open adoption with her biological daughter, Carly, and dealing with strained relationships, Caitlin expressed deep empathy for Leah's situation. There's no rulebook on how to handle family dysfunction, Caitlin wrote in a story post. And there's definitely no timeline on healing. Leah is doing what she needs to do to protect her mental health, and that's not something to criticize, it's something to respect. Caitlin emphasized the importance of self-preservation, especially when it comes to breaking cycles of toxicity. We don't get to choose our parents, but we do get to choose what kind of life we want to build for ourselves. Leah is choosing to build hers on stability, self-respect, and boundaries, and that's powerful. She added, "People might not understand why someone would walk away from their parent, but unless you've lived it, you can't judge it. I'm proud of Leah for putting herself first." The conversation surrounding Leah's estrangement from Amber brings to light the broader issue of strained mother-daughter relationships, particularly when addiction, trauma, or untreated mental health issues are involved. These dynamics are rarely black and white, and they often involve layers of hurt, confusion, and conflicting emotions. Many fans of the show have taken to social media to voice their opinions, with some criticizing Leah for what they see as abandonment, while others applaud her for prioritizing her well-being. The debate reflects the societal pressure placed on children, especially daughters, to maintain familial bonds regardless of the emotional cost. However, experts in psychology and family therapy argue that estrangement can sometimes be a necessary step toward healing. Dr. Terry Daniel, a licensed clinical psychologist specializing in family dynamics, explains, "When a child grows up in an environment where their emotional needs aren't met, or worse, where they're actively harmed, they may need to remove themselves in order to recover. It's not about punishment. It's about protection." Amber Portwood, who has been through multiple stints in rehab and prison over the past decade, has yet to respond publicly to Leah's claims. However, in past interviews, she has acknowledged her shortcomings as a parent and expressed regret for the ways her actions impacted Leah's upbringing. "I made mistakes, big ones," Amber told Magazine in 2022. "I wasn't the mom Leah deserved. I wish I could go back and change things, but I can't. All I can do now is keep working on myself and hope one day she'll forgive me." While Amber continues to work on rebuilding her life and reputation, she respects Leah's right to make her own decisions. Sources close to Amber claim she wants nothing more than to repair their relationship, but understands that trust must be rebuilt slowly and on Leah's terms. Despite the emotional weight of her decision, Leah is forging ahead with her future. She recently moved out on her own and is focusing on her education and career goals. In a follow-up post, she thanked her supporters for their encouragement and reiterated her commitment to living authentically. "This isn't easy," she admitted, "but I'm learning every day how to take care of myself, set boundaries, and live without guilt. I'm not angry, I'm just tired of pretending everything's okay when it's not." Leah's journey is a reminder that healing is not linear and that self-love often requires difficult choices. With the support of friends, mentors, and fellow former teen moms like Macy and Caitlin, she's taking steps toward a healthier, more empowered life. As the teen mom community rallies around Leah, her story serves as a powerful example of resilience and self-awareness. Macy and Catalin's public support underscores the importance of sisterhood and mutual understanding among women who have walked similar paths. Their messages echo a larger truth. No one should feel obligated to stay in a relationship that drains them emotionally or compromises their well-being. Whether it's with a romantic partner, a friend, or even a family member, walking away can sometimes be the bravest act of love for oneself. Fans continue to send supportive messages to Leah, praising her for her courage and honesty. Many have shared their own experiences of estrangement, creating a space of empathy and validation. As Leah moves forward, she remains focused on building a life rooted in stability and self-care. While the road ahead may still hold challenges, she is determined to break free from the patterns of the past. With Macy and Caitlin standing by her side, along with a growing network of supporters, Leah is proving that healing is possible even in the face of generational trauma. Her decision to prioritize her mental health over obligation is not only brave, but revolutionary in a society that often expects unconditional forgiveness. In the end, Leah's story is not just about estrangement, it's about empowerment, growth, and the courage to redefine what family truly means. And for that, she deserves nothing but love, respect, and unwavering support.